Hello everybody, welcome back to the video, and today is part 2 of my behind the scenes for the best Doctor Who episodes list. Last time, we did this, and as you can see, I updated the dry erase board. Now, this time we're doing things a little differently. Last time we removed entire seasons. This time, we're going to be removing seasons that I only saved because they only have a couple of highlight stories. One or two stories that I think are genuinely worth having around. So, we're going to go chronologically and controversially start with season 1 as the Daleks are the only ones I think should be saved. The Aztecs is pretty good, and I think the Edge of Destruction is a little underrated. Like I said in the last one, I haven't seen Marco Polo, but apart from that, I really only think the Daleks would actually be one that I could honestly think of saying is Hartnell's best or a contender for the actual list. Moving on, we have season 3, original run, which has two stories that I want to keep. The Massacre, which I'm going to represent by the letter M, and the War Machines, which will be represented by WM, War Machines. Alright, so we're going to jump ahead to, here's one, season of the original run, so season, not series. I'm going to remove season 6, which I think is a pretty good season, but it only has a couple I would think about keeping. So we're going to have I for Invasion and WG. That is not a good G. And WG for War Games. I think these are two safe ones to call the best of the season, and also very good stories. Alright. Season 7 also has some interesting stuff because Spearhead and Inferno are keeping for season 7. Okay, I think 7 is really good, but statistically, only 50% of it I think could actually contend. It's a 4-season story, and Silurians, while good, I don't think it would qualify, and same thing for Ambassadors. However, Spirit from Space is very good, and the finale, Inferno, is also really good. Season 8 stays intact. Season 9 is, let's just say this might be where all credibility drops off. Because I'm keeping the Sea Devils, so SD for Sea Devils, but I'm going to keep the Time Monster because I think it's funny. I think it's a really funny story. Not great. Not something like The Invasion or The War Games. But I'm keeping it for comedy value because I think that story is actually really funny. When viewed as a comedy, The Time Monster is actually really good. Alright, season 10 also gets narrowed down just to 3 Doctors. And, wouldn't you know it, season 11 gets knocked down as well. So, season 11, we are keeping the Time Warrior and Planet of the Spiders, which I'm just going to put PS for. I'm using initials because, except for Daleks, I don't know actually why I wrote that entire word, but I did. Okay, so... Okay, this next one's going to be controversial. Definitely. Season 12. Now, I think Robot and Ark in Space are great stories. Well, I think they're really good. But let's be honest here. Genesis is the only honest contender for the list. Cliche, I know, Genesis of the Daleks is incredible. But, I mean, hey. I'm going to be honest, it just is. Season 13 has some good stories, but only Pyramids of Mars I'm keeping. And now we get to season 14. It actually seems like I'm really bashing these seasons, but I think that I'm looking for contenders here, and these are the contenders. I might enjoy some of the other stories that I'm not including, but I don't think that would actually qualify for the list. So, season 14, D.A., Deadly Assassin, and Talons of Weng-Chiang. Probably a little controversial, but I think that that's really good. Season 16 is next, and SB, Stones of Blood, and AT, Androids of Tara. Now, I accidentally erased some of the Androids of Tara. That's not good. Oh, I accidentally ran the wrong thing. There we go. Give me a second. Sorry. There we go. Next season, 17. Shada. Yeah, not City of Death. I'm actually not a big City of Death fan. That's probably the hottest take of the video, that I'm keeping the Time Monster, but dropping City of Death. I don't know, it just... I don't know. Season 19 also is one that we need to discuss, because I'm keeping Visitation and Earthshock. Season 21... Resurrection of the Daleks and Caves of Androzani. Sorry, season 22. We're actually going to be skipping to season 23, because I actually think 22 is actually a really underrated season. 23, UF, Ultimate Foe. 25, I think it's a really good season, but there's only one contender, and that is Remembrance. 26, we have two contenders. We have Battlefield and Curse of Fenric. Alright, sticking with me? Well, Series 2 has two contenders as well, because of SR, School Reunion, and SP, Satan Pit. Yeah, Girl in the Fireplace is good, but I don't think it's on the same quality as these two. That's my opinion, personally. Series 3 of the revival also sees a major cut, because we're only keeping HN, Human Nature, Family Blood. Okay. Series 8 is next, with TH, Time Heist, and MOE, Mummy Orient Express. Series 9. I wonder what Series 9 could be. Yeah, Series 9 is the story that just won the poll for greatest Doctor Who story. Heaven Sent. Alright, Series 12. And it is Spyfall and Haunting of Villa Diodati. Spyfall, great introduction to the best interpretation of the Master of the Revival, and Haunting of Villa Diodati, because I think Frankenstein is an incredible book, and I am glad that Doctor Who did this. So, we do have one more prune. We have one of these specials here, The Snowmen. Oh, nope, don't want to erase Day of the Doctor. Or do I? Stay tuned. But, yeah, now, as you can see, it's still a lot of the gaps. But this actually does knock out a bunch. So, yeah. The next part, we're going to try and narrow these down even more. We're going to get even nittier and grittier with this. Because if you thought that this was deep, the next one goes even deeper. Because we're going to be looking at the remaining seasons that didn't get touched. So seasons 2, 4, 5, 8. And 22. Series 1, Series 4, Series 5. And we're going to be discussing those and getting those contenders. And if you notice, there's a lot of them. And going into the final part of the series, I want to have each one down to their top 3 candidates. So you might notice that 13 already has all of her candidates. We've gone through all of 13's era. We've also gone through all of 12's. So those two are going to be put on the back burner. But you might notice, right, Tom Baker has Genesis, Pyramids of Mars, Deadly Assassin, Talons of Weng-Chiang, Stone's Blood, Androids, Tara, Shada. I mean, you get the point. He has a lot of them. So next time we're going to be going through, and it's going to get even nittier, even grittier, and we're going to see if you guys... Now, I want to hear your thoughts. What are you predicting is going to be my number 1 for the list? I want to hear your predictions as of right now. Do you think it's one of these that I've already written, or is it from a season that I haven't touched yet? If, in case you're wondering, we won my best Doctors list, but does that mean that his era has my favorite story? Well, I guess you'll have to wait and see, because that is it for this video. Next time, even nittier, even grittier. See you in the next one. Bye.